Hi, it's been quite a while, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna give an update. It's gonna probably be like random thoughts here and there and everywhere else, but I'll just try to update you from the last video till now. Pretty much Saturday, I think it was December 4th, I went to the doctor. Blood pressure was high. They admitted me to the hospital. Everything stabilized, so I was fine. The following Tuesday, I had a follow-up appointment, and my blood pressure was high again, so the doctor told me we're just going to go ahead and induce you because they were going to do it Friday anyway. So, on that day, I got induced. I went and did everything that I needed to do. Then I went back to the hospital. They induced me, which was like, I don't know, for me horrible, because when I was pregnant I was used to like drinking a whole bunch of water and eating like whatever I wanted. I felt like I was pregnant, so I'm just gonna eat whatever I want to eat. And I had ate at like 9:30 that morning, and I didn't realize that I should have ate like right before I went to the hospital because they're not gonna let me eat. The only thing they let me have was ice chips until like the next day. So I went to the hospital around midday, and then the next day, maybe around 7 p.m. or so, it was either 6 or 7 p.m. they let me eat for an hour because they did all the things they needed to do to induce me. I didn't dilate anymore, so they're like, either you're gonna need a C-section or we're gonna have to induce you again, in which my water had already broke. I was a little bit scared, but I just was like, oh, induce me again, because I was like more scared of having a C-section. So then the following day, they went ahead, and I was still getting induced and everything, and the medicine was almost out, and my water was broke again. So I was like concerned about that, and I just said, forget it. You know, my baby's more important. If I have to get a C-section. Both of my sister-in-laws, two of my sister-in-laws have had a C-section. My cousin, I'm like, they're fine. Like, I'll be okay. It hurts in the beginning, I know, but eventually you'll be okay. So, at about 6 o'clock, they went ahead and, or it might have been, I think it was like 5 or 5:30. They're like, oh, you're going to have a C-section at 6 o'clock, but I guess they were running late. So I got in a little bit after 6. They prepped me, they numbed me, and, then my baby was born. She was born 8 pounds 9 ounces, December 9th, 2010, and she was born at 6:52 p.m. and makes me so excited. But it kind of sucks because the whole time while I was off work, I was like watching Baby Story, and you see him and they're like, oh my god, it's my baby. I was just like, okay, she's here, yeah. Like, I was so drugged up. Like, they numbed me, and then in the IV, the doctor, like, afterwards, she's like, yeah, I gave you a little bit of sleeping medicine. And I'm like, thanks. But I guess it helped because I didn't feel a thing. Like, when they started the whole process, like, some people say they feel pressure or whatever. I felt nothing. Like, literally, me and my husband, we were, like, talking, and I could hear zzzz, and I'm like, are they taking her out? And he's like, I don't know, because, you know, they don't let you see. And I'm like, we don't know. The next thing we know, they're like, she's here. And then it was like a few seconds, and then she started crying. So that made me happy. But just like seeing her, I was excited because that was my baby and everything. But it wasn't all like dramatic and everything like they make it on Baby Story. So I felt kind of robbed of that experience, and I was like, maybe if I'd had her more natural, then I would have been able to feel that, because I was just so drugged up. So afterwards, they take you like to your recovery room. I think I was in there for like 2 hours, and I was shaking like a crackhead, just like so cold, but I wanted like ice at the same time, and I was just happy to be able to eat again and all that stuff. And they finally wheeled her in, and everybody and their mama was in my room, which I was like just because like I only expected for my husband, my mom, and my cousin to be in there. Those are the people who I told my husband I wanted to be in there, but he ended up calling people, telling them that the baby was born, and people showed up. But oh well, got over it, and moving on. Just for the next baby, I'm going to be more adamant on the things that I want, and he's just going to have to listen and respect that. So my baby girl is doing really good. When she was in the hospital, she was having problems eating. I tried to breastfeed her, but it didn't work out. She wouldn't latch on, and then she even had issues like latching on to the regular bottle. Like, she was not eating. She had lost, I don't remember, probably bad mom, but I don't remember how much she weighed when she came out, but she had lost weight. And then I went to go get help to breastfeed, but she just wasn't breastfeeding. It wasn't working for her. So I pumped for about a month, but I wasn't getting that much because it's not the same, like, as in when you're breastfeeding, your milk is not producing as much. I wasn't able to pump as much as I needed to in order to keep that consistent supply. So I did it for about a month, and then I just said forget it, because I'll be like pumping for like an hour and get like 2 ounces, an hour like each breast or whatever, and get like 2 ounces. And I'm like, she can only have 1 bottle. At that time she was only taking about 2 ounces a bottle. I'm like, she can only have 1 bottle a day, and that's really not going to do anything for her. So it made me sad, but I gave up on it. And now she's fine. She's eating good. She's doing really good. The first month of her life, I went and I took her to get her like 2-week checkup, I think it is. Or no, it's not even 2 weeks. It's like a few days after. I took her to get that checkup. She did good. She was fine. And then when I went to her 1-month checkup, they let me know that she was not added on my insurance. So I had to fight with my insurance carrier to put her on there, because I'm like, this is my baby. If something happens, like, she needs insurance. And so I fought with them on that. I was able to get the insurance starting in February. She was 1 month in January, so I got it for February. And she got caught up on everything on her 2-month thing, her 2-month appointment. A few days before her 2-month appointments, I think it was like February 6th, I want to say, she got her ears pierced. I took her to the like tattoo shop to go get it pierced by an expert, because I was reading up on it, like, oh, should I get it pierced at the tattoo shop, or should I get it pierced at like the mall or Claire's or something? But I ended up doing it at the tattoo shop. It was a little bit more expensive, but I figured everyone said it's more sanitized, they're more professional, it doesn't hurt as much. So I figured I'd rather spend, you know, 20 whatever extra dollars for her to get it done there and for her to feel better than to go to Claire's and be cheap or whatever. And it worked out. She did really good. I will post the video of her getting her ears pierced and some other videos of her also, just showing some of her daily life that we've recorded. Another thing, we noticed that she looked a little bit different. Like, her right eye is slightly smaller than her left eye, and her face is flat on that side, and she leans over to the right kind of like this all the time. So I brought it up to the doctor, and I had researched it also online during the time that she didn't have insurance, because I'm like, something's wrong with my baby, it's not right. So I brought it up to the doctor, and the doctor agreed, and we found out she has torticollis, which is pretty much a head tilt. And so since she always tilts to this side, she lays on this side. So that's why her face is flat, and her I think just from the pressure of always having that, her eye, like, I think it's more of a swollen thing. So her eyelid on this eye looks bigger than the eyelid on that eye, and it makes the eye look smaller. So she has to do physical therapy. It's once a week to actually go into the physical therapy place, and then every day when I give her like a diaper change, I have to do neck exercises with her to help stretch out that muscle, because pretty much it's like, I guess when she was inside me, she didn't have enough room, so she tilted her head over and her muscle locked in on her like that. So that's why she has her head tilt. And since then, I have had to change my whole life. Pretty much I quit my job so that I can take care of my daughter, because my job wouldn't give me any extra personal time off, personal without pay, whatever. They wouldn't give me no time off. I asked for 6 months, which probably sounds like a lot, but I just knew that the process is slow, and I don't want to send my daughter to a daycare to do this, because how am I insured that with 10 or 15 other kids that my daughter is going to get that attention that she needs, and that they're going to go ahead and do her neck exercises when she needs them? Because I know me, just having her, like, sometimes honestly in the beginning I would forget. I had to get into the routine, and when it's my kids, so of course I'm going to be like more trying to look out for her and more into it and trying to make sure that she's getting it done. When she's at a daycare, they're not going to care. That's not their kid. That's not their problem. So I had to quit my job, and thankfully we got back like good money on our taxes. So, and we also do foster parenting, so that's been helping supplement my income. But it is hard, and like right now I'm in the midst of being a new mom and everything. So I'm like telling my husband we need to cool it on the foster parenting. I need a break. We've had some kids that just, I guess you could say, tore me down mentally, and I'm just like, I can't do this right now. I need to dedicate this time to my daughter and give her everything. So like I said, since then I've quit. I was official as of, I think, April 23rd. I quit my job, and I guess I haven't looked back. It's hard to not have two incomes coming in and to not do everything that you want to do, but God is blessing us in ways that are amazing to help us like be able to still do things and pay for all of our bills. So it's really been awesome. And so I quit my job, and my job had our medical. My husband's job's medical is like outrageous, but thank God, like, for Medi-Cal. Like, before I was like, so, oh my God, I don't want to be on Medi-Cal, but thank God, I'm gonna just say that, like, me and my husband, we don't qualify for it, but my daughter does, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, as long as she has insurance and she's okay, then I am fine. Like, me and my husband don't have any like medical need, like urgent medical needs or anything. Like, heaven forbid like an emergency happened, but day-to-day life, like, we're good. And I just want to look out for my daughter, and I'm just like, thank God for Medi-Cal. And I like love it. I don't have to pay pretty much for anything. It's pretty awesome. Because like when I had her with my insurance, I think I came out of pocket at least $2,500 out of pocket for my OB delivering her and all my hospital stay, all that, $2,500. And I'm like, wow. Like, I don't know, for some people that might not seem like a lot, but for me it is. I like, even when we were both working, we weren't like balling out of control or anything like that, but we were comfortable. So and that's that. And again, she's just a healthy little girl, and I'm in love with her, and she's so spoiled. I'm like, oh my God. And we're just having like the baby boom this year. I think like my daughter was born in obviously 2010, and so she was like the first baby, but I'm expecting, I think it's like 8 or 9. 3 babies three babies have already been born in my family, but we're expecting like at least 5 more or something like that. Something crazy. Like, my family, when one person gets pregnant, everyone has to get pregnant. But that's pretty much the update for now, and I will look forward to posting more videos, and it'll probably be like a slew of videos right now, because I'm going to post, like I said, some of her, and then yeah, just some of her doing her daily life or whatever, and I will update you guys on more stuff as it comes. So see you soon.